I'm in Innerleithen. We've got some sort of celebration thing going on, hence all the flags. Off to Tweed Valley Bikes. I've booked in Santa Cruz Vala this morning, and then they've kindly let me split the booking, so I'm going to test a Bullit in the afternoon. So yeah, just interesting to see what a Bosch powered bike is like and the Santa Cruz ones. Right, here is the Santa Cruz Vala. Got my own pedals on it to try and give it a fair test. First impressions are, it definitely feels lighter. It's only 2 kilos I think with the pedals difference. The Mecanevo definitely feels lighter. Easier to hold, pick up the front. Maven brakes are super quick to bite, so I have to see what they're like. So yeah, looking forward to it. So I've got the Vala first, and the Bullit later. Let's get up the Golfie, see? Right, first bit of climbing. This is off. I have to say, on the flats, when it's off, there's less resistance than the Amflow I tested. Normal, or I don't know, eco mode. Next one up is where I want to be. Climbing, I think. Especially as it's a demo and I've got another full bike to test later. Morning. Morning. What's the next mode after that? You did say there's one that adjusts to your input or something. I don't know the Bosch modes. Never ridden one before. And this is just before the new power update. Oh, that's turbo. Highest you can go. There's Trail Plus, something like that. And that one feels alright. Second one up. Right, in the flat light, I'll do that later. I'll turn the camera off for now, but initial impressions are, feels nice to, definitely more like a normal bike than an e-bike in terms of manoeuvrability. High to 22 odd kilos. Well, but test will be on the trails. So I'll turn it off till then. Cheers. First run. Maven brakes, which are super powerful. So I'll be going very slow. Oh, it's definitely manoeuvrable. Like 10mm shorter reach on my Mecanevo, riding the large rather than the XL at 6'2", 188 centimetres to get away with both really. So I wanted something that was manoeuvrable and playful. Definitely living up to that so far. Yeah, it feels more like my status than my Mecanevo, I have to say. The 600 battery rather than the 700 in my Mecanevo, or the 800 in the Amflow that I tested. Literally just a warm up before I go up and do New York and have a longer run. Just to see where the balance points are on this. I think the Vala's 160 front, 150 rear. Obviously I didn't do anything hard on that, but felt composed and light. Interesting. Right, New York next, I think. Cheers. Right, made it to the top of the Golfie, New York, New York. Down here someone's just blasted down. Right, so I started my watch, which is quite accurate I think for meters ascending and descending. It says done 460 from Innerleithen, and I've mainly had it in blue mode, and I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I've lost 20%. I imagine that means I'm on 70%, 20, 40, 60, 70. Once that goes, I'm down to the 60. So impressions are, motor's good. Blue mode seems to be kind of the equivalent of what I use trail mode on my Canevo, so I've just kind of stuck with that. Sometimes I would do eco if I'm trying to get out for the whole day, but this is just a hire bike. Might try turbo a bit more later. But yeah, motor's nice. Definitely when you hit the limiter, it's not that harsh. It doesn't feel too bad. That Amplo I rode, honestly, was a nightmare at the limiter. I know most people don't have any limits on it because they use various hacks, but if you're not going to do that, then the Bosch definitely feels more like the specialised motor, where the drop off in assistance is not as bad. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what it's like down here. It definitely feels more like a bike rather than an e-bike, so I'm very impressed. Okay, let's see on the trail. New York, New York. First proper trail on the Vala. God, it's so much lighter already. Whoa. Overshot this last night on my Canevo. Like in here. Okay, you can see the sun's not super high yet. It's pretty dark with my glasses, you're probably not going to see much of this bit. And I'm riding the Mavens a bit just because I'm not used to them. Or the bike, obviously. Brake, let go. Brake, let go. I have to say, it rides better than my Canevo, even though it's not got as good as stuff on as I've got the factory stuff. It rides lighter and poppier. Let's see what the Bullit's like later. Oh, I don't know if I bottom out there, but that felt harsh on my wrist. God, it really wants to go. The front end's definitely lighter as well. I feel like you can lift it up a bit more. Oh, breathe, breathe, breathe. if you heard earlier, I did catch the motor or the guard. Something earlier. I've never done that in New York. Right, what about this drop? Alright. This one. You alright?
Aye.
No problem with that one. Before I was getting that on the Canevo last night. Feels like it's skipping through here. Oh, very nice. Very impressed now, I have to say. Let's repeat the fender in the Wardell Way. See what it's like through this. There was a tiny bit of rain in the night. Maybe showing the rebound. It's hard fast, I don't know. Oh, a bit over sighted there. Track there. The sun, I don't know if it's coming across on camera, if you've seen any of this anyway. It's just kind of coming straight through my face. So every so often I'm just getting blinded, even though I've got photochromatic glasses on. See what this is like on the big drop. Caught the motor again. I don't know if it's in a low setting or something. That wasn't bird shit that's just hit me in the nose. Something's wet. I thought I was past all the switchbacks. so dodgy, that bit. Oh, good stuff. Right, end of my couple hours. I only went to a couple hours on the Vala. I want to do a little bit longer on the Bullit potentially, and I've got my dog waiting in the camper van. So yeah, so it says bye. It says I've done 20, 40, 50. I presume that is. I'm on 50, nearly about to drop into the 40s. But I've done 850 meters of ascending. So say if that is 50, you're looking at 1600 or so, and that's using mainly this mode, whatever that is, the second one up. Very comfortable on that. I did try that a couple of times and that once, just a blast, just to see what it's like, but mainly in that. So surprising 600 battery. I reckon that might be about as much as my 700 Specialized Canevo battery that I've got on it. So would I need the range extender with this? The handling is definitely phenomenal. Feels so much more like a normal bike, I have to say. Down tube does look a little bit fat there, but because the 600 is only going to there, it rides really, really well. Right, go and drop this back, walk the dog, get some lunch, and then get out on the Bullit. Right, back at the top of the Golfie, well not the top, the first bit, low Wardell Way on the Bullit this afternoon. Interesting to see how this handles. 10mm front and back. Actually remembered to bring my toolkit and stuff so I can fiddle with things. Initial impressions are it's not quite as nimble just on the roads messing about, but I'll see it on the trails. Cheers. Low Wardell Way. Right, brakes. Pads on this are much more warm. So I think the main difference, other than the suspension, is the wheelbase is longer than this. On this one, over the Vala. Feels manoeuvrable, but not as much as the Vala. More like my Canevo, whereas the Vala was more like a normal bike. But we'll see. Might have to mess with the cockpit. Not the wow factor I felt on the Vala, I have to say. Early days though. Let's see how we get on in New York, New York. Cheers. Right, New York, New York on the Bullit. weird noise. It sounds like a bug. Something on the bike. I think I need to mess with the cockpit. You won't be surprised to know if you've watched any other videos lately. Initial impressions are it's light like the Vala, but definitely heavier duty, a bit more composed and what planted, which I guess is what they're going for with the Bullit. Mad, because they look the same when you stood next to them. Oh, messed that up. Look ahead, come on. God, they just take up in terms of speed. Seem to be on the brakes even more than normal. Wow, handles the rooty stuff nice. I need to move this brake levers. I have to kind of reach across to get to it. Do it at the bottom. Stop now, I'm in the kind of flow state. Bike on this one, no bother. Legs are feeling that a bit now. Oh, initial impressions still hold, I think, and after that track, Yeah, it's kind of in between my Canevo and the Vala. Feels more planted and like it's got my back a bit more than the Vala. I suppose the difference between a trail bike and an enduro, basically. I think it's the best way to describe it. Right, let me mess with this cockpit in the shade in a second, because that was not fun. Same route trails I did this morning. Squirrel. It's a little bit harsh in here, I have to say. The brakes are much better. I've messed with the levers as well. I like them right out. So as soon as I touch them, they're coming up. Oh. Straight in, right. Got the motor on this one as well. A little bit like a catch berm of boulders and shale. Oh, don't know if I'm getting tired or I'm just tired of this bike compared to the Vala. Anyway, I'm going to go do Big Baw, I think. Not done that today. Cheers. Right, big baw up there. And a bullet. Okay, well that one's off. Craters there. Just going to open the front compression fully. See what that's like. It's a bit harsh. And this is known to be a particularly testing track. Doing good. I think the only way I can describe the difference is it's just the difference between a trail bike, very good trail bike, trail e-bike at that, and a trail enduro bike. This is a very good bike. I am not pushing it to anywhere near its limit. And I'm getting used to the feel of it. Hopefully it's coming across in the videos. I'm riding it slightly better than I was the first tracks. Still not popping off anything like that. Brutal track. Never rode it. Just giving it a try sometime. I'm just happy I get down it if I can do it in one go. And this is after about 2,000 metres of bike in the last 24 hours or so. That's 2,000 up and down each way, so 4,000 metres. Oh sorry, that's before today's, which I've done 850 already. This ride, that's counting this morning's. I'll shut up for a second. On that. I always think, oh, it's opening up, it's getting easier. Nope. This bit lulls you into a false sense of security. And then hello. Left thigh is now burning. Aim is just to get down. Does open up a tiny bit at the bottom, is it? Some jumps. I'm not sure I've got the legs to them today. Ow. Some sort of stick just trying to impale me on the left. How they go race pace down here. Bonkers. Like when you think you can run 5k or 10k in a decent time, and you realise Mo Farah and that lot are doing it faster than you for a marathon. The difference between very good bike riders and average to inspiring, aspiring even, aspire to be intermediate. Oh, I think this is where it finally starts to ease off. Oh, it feels like it wants to jump. Fortunately, that ain't in my locker today. Whew. Let's get the lower bit done. See, hopefully on the camera, how well it's handling this. Again, it's far more capable than me. I'm happy how I'm riding today. Again, considering how tired I am. Oh. Right, end of my Bullit test. So you see the battery is on 1, so I think that's just over 10%. I went and did oh, I'm so tired, I can't even think. Trail far end of the forest, and yeah, I used turbo a lot from there, get all the way back to Flat White, which is quite a way, and then yeah, and then finish off on the other track after Flat White, got up to there. So 1150 meters, I think it says on my watch. So I've no doubt if I'd stayed in this blue mode, I also went up in the purple mode, which gives, I think it's Trail Plus, kind of gives you extra assistance when you need it. I reckon I could get 1600 meters out of it, and that'd be the same as a 700 on my Specialized. Travel wise, so got to there on the 160 on the back, and on the front, I don't know if you can see that, didn't max out the front, which is 170 I believe. But yeah, feels super capable enduro bike, and as I've said in the other clips in this video, it basically feels closer to my Canevo than it does to the Vala. They're very different bikes. The Vala is a poppier, playful, fun bike. Not saying this isn't fun and you can't pop it and things, but for me, maybe I'm tired as well, but it just feels like it's yeah, more of an enduro. So it just depends what you want. If you want something that feels lighter and it's easier to throw around, definitely go for the Vala. If you're wanting something that's composed and it's got your back no matter what the conditions, like, you know, you're not going to be overbiked at any point on this, I don't think. Whereas the Vala, you might get a bit out of your depth on some particularly big jumps or drops and things maybe, but I was fine the trails I do at the Golfie on the Vala. So yeah, interesting. Totally worth getting out there and having a ride on a bike. Really want to have a go of a Mondraker Crafty or their Bosch one, which has 800 battery. So hopefully, I'm going to Ardrock next weekend, so hopefully they've got some demos there. It'd be nice just to try one of them. Right, cheers, thanks for watching.